Hello everybody, I hope you are having a lovely day on this lovely Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it is. So, the NASCAR Roblox Racing League is beginning another season of Mid-Season Mayhem. If you watch the NASCAR Cup Series in real life, it's basically the in-season tournament. But we did it first here in the NRRL. So here we are. We are going to have the next 4 races dedicated to crowning a Mid-Season Mayhem champion in a bunch of head-to-head battles, and it's going to be juicy, and today we are going to be predicting them here. So without further ado, let's get going here on some bonus NRRL content. Now let's go up to the top left here. Marty Dallas versus KR. Now it would be funny if I just didn't pick Marty Dallas, but let's be for real. There's no way he's not beating KR. I'm not even sure if KR is even going to show up next week. I think I read something in the Discord where he said he probably won't show. So that would just give Marty a free win, basically. Marty, no competition there. I mean, he's the points leader. He's been really fast. His qualifying is superb, better than mine. His race performance is spectacular, especially last week. And he's been cleaning it up too. I mean, I can't dispute that in the first round. Now, here we go. This is where it gets a little more interesting. We have the 8 seed versus the 9 seed on the left-hand side here. Camden Gibson versus Caleb Marinelli. Now, this could go either way. Camden Gibson's been very fast and done a lot more front running. However, Caleb Marinelli, he's a seasoned veteran. He's a champion. I already said he's a veteran, sorry. He's a seasoned veteran, though. But he's been getting into a lot of trouble lately, and it's very, very difficult to come up with a case where he beats Camden Gibson with how hot Camden Gibson is right now. And for that reason, I just don't see any way Camden is going to be beat by Caleb. We're going to have to go with Camden Gibson there. And just so you know, if you guys are making a bracket yourself, you should totally copy this one, as it is going to be 100% accurate. But there we go. Camden will be beating Caleb. Although I can see it swinging the other way too if Camden has a bad day. And Caleb is definitely due for a top 5 finish again sometime soon. We'll see if it happens in round 1, but I just don't see it happening. But here we are now. This is another interesting one. We have a Fireball Motorsports duel. Seth Peters versus Caden Bishop. Caden Bishop has been shit the entire season. This is a pretty easy one. Multi-winner of the season so far, Seth Peters. I mean, that's an easy dub. And if Caden proves me wrong, well, shit, he might actually bust every single bracket in existence if he beats Seth. I mean, Seth is the favorite, I would argue. He isn't the most consistent, but when he's contending for a front-running spot, he's often winning the race. And Caden, what was his best finish this season so far? 12th? Yeah, no. Ain't no way, brother. Ain't no way. Speaking of ain't no way Quinn Jagger is beating Alex Murillo. That's just facts as well. I mean, that was pretty easy, not gonna lie, for this left-hand side of the bracket, in my opinion, especially the bottom 2 matchups. But now that brings us to the top right. Now, this is interesting because it's myself versus Aiden Cavill. Now, I mean, not to be a jackass or rude, but in a head-to-head matchup, I mean, I just simply have him beat on every end of the spectrum. And however, I have to say, I think I'm missing the race next week. So, without even describing the situation at hand, Aiden's just going to get a free win. And perchance I do show up, well, who knows? I'll probably get wrecked and die or something like that. So, it's realistic. Aiden Cavill pulls the upset whether I don't show or do show. We're going to go with Aiden Cavill for round 1. Now, we have JD in the 27 versus Braden Branham in the 00 car. Now, this is going to be a juicy matchup. JD comes out of nowhere when you least expect it, and Braden's been a big front runner, but sometimes it just doesn't work out for him. I mean, you saw him just biff turn 1 on the last lap at that one road course that I don't remember the name of. That was race 2 of the season. Sorry, have a terrible memory. It could go either way. Braden, I mean, is the simple choice in this scenario, I would say, being the lower seed. I think he would actually be the favorite for this matchup. But Man, and he's due for a win as well. I think he's been performing really well. Man, JD though. JD, I feel like he could be a Ty Dillon in this scenario and go all the way. I mean, it could easily be. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Braden Branham's going to the next round. No way. No way he doesn't get by round 1. That's that. All right, here we are. Paul Donlin versus Alan Muccioli. All right, just put that there. All right, here we are. Zach Stern versus Justin Ricci. Now, oh my God, this is a freaking hefty matchup, I'll tell you that. Zach's been mistake prone lately, but Justin's been off to a slow start, an uncharacteristically slow start to the season. Hasn't really put together a good finish yet, I don't think. And he missed the first 2 races, obviously, and when he did come back, just hasn't been the same firepower, the same star power lately. But you know that's not going to last. He's going to find the spark. The question is, will it be in round 1? That is the big question. I don't know. This is probably the toughest one yet in round 1. But in the end, I'm going to have to give it to Zach. Got to give it to Zach. And that's totally not Dodge Mopar favoritism or anything. That's just straight facts. I mean, Zach himself has been due for a good finish. He's been making a lot of mistakes here and there. But I mean, who the fuck hasn't been making a lot of mistakes lately? Am I right? All right, so here is your round 2 matchups. So Lone Mountain, we have Marty Dallas advancing to round 2, as well as Camden Gibson, Seth Peters, Alex Muriel. I mean, all the low seeds, or sorry, the best seeds in the matchups advancing there. And on the other side, it's similar on the bottom, but you see Braden, technically an upset, and big upset with Aiden Cavill moving on past me. Assuming I don't show next week. Otherwise, you know, that might be a different story. I still think I'm gonna choke though if I do show up. Let's stop talking about myself though. Who the fuck gives a shit? All right, so Marty Dallas versus Camden Gibson. Now this is where this is a really good matchup. I mean, Marty and Camden have been really fast. Top 3 competitors of the season, I would say so far. A lot of people underrate Camden, but he's always there at the front, and he's not afraid to push you out of the way. One day it's gonna come back at him, and maybe Naval is where it comes back at him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see I don't see Camden getting past Marty here. I think Marty might take matters into his own hands, as a matter of fact, if it needs to be done. Marty Dallas advances to Jacksonville in round 2. Now, another Fireball Motorsports duel. Seth Peters, for the 2nd straight matchup, will go against a teammate, Alex Muriel. Now, I mean, Naval's another road course, and Alex is really hard to beat on those road courses, but Seth, in general, is always a menace, especially on ovals. But this is not an oval. This is a road course. I don't think of Seth as a big, huge road course guy. Then again, it's really funny I say that because he already got a road course win earlier this year. So it really has you pondering. It has me pondering who the hell to pick here. And I think Alex has been off to a slower start. I think he's going to pick it up. I really think he's going to pick it up, but it's tempting. It's tempting. It's tempting. And we're gonna do Alex. We are gonna do Alex. Alex moves on to round 3 in these 100% correct predictions here. Seth out early. Now that is the left side of the bracket for round 2. Marty and Alex moving on. But what happens up here? Does Aiden Cavill pull the Ty Dillon and get past Braden Branham? No, he does not. Braden Branham is going to advance like the absolute Chad he is. Hopefully he doesn't drive backwards and take out a bunch of people while doing it though. And then here is another good matchup, another teammate matchup. Paul Donlin versus Zach Stern. Zach, seasoned veteran, but winless this season. Paul Donlin, 2 wins, really turning it on just after his rookie year. But he's been in the right position and had a lot of luck in those 2 wins, I will say. But sometimes that's all you need. And tell you what, I must say, number 10, you know who else drives number 10? Ty Dillon. I mean, this is just a no-brainer. We're moving Paul Donlin to the semifinal round on the right-hand side of the bracket. So he will face Braden in the next round. But before then, Marty Dallas versus Alex Muriel. This can be really, really interesting. These are two drivers that aren't the most fond of each other. I mean, to be fair, over half the field is not fond of Marty Dallas, but, you know, maybe that's where it bites him here. I don't see him getting to the Twin Cities versus Alex Muriel. There's no way Alex is going to allow that to happen. Alex Muriel is going to the final round with force or without force, with raw speed or muscling through the field. It's going to happen. Marty Dallas's reign of terror will come to an end there. Alex Muriel, who will he face in the finals? It's Braden Branham and Paul Donlin. Which of those two? Now, Braden Branham, he's fast. He's really, really fast. Has a lot of raw talent, but it's not refined. Paul Donlin hopped into the series last year as a rookie. Surprisingly, just a remarkable amount of refined talent. And it's just going to depend. Is Braden going to find him on the racetrack and dump his ass? I mean, Paul has a good amount of smarts, a good amount of defense. I feel like he won't even let that happen. Paul Donlin is going to the final round. But the question is, can he defeat Alex Muriel in this epic showdown? I mean, the momentum right now is with the 10 of Paul Donlin, obviously. He just won the closest finish in NRRL history. But you have to remember, this will be after 3 races. 3 more races until we get to this point. And despite advancing all that way, you got to remember, Alex Muriel has the same equal amount of momentum getting through all 3 rounds. And both the drivers are going to be hot. They're going to be furious. And in the Twin Cities, oh man, is that a road course? I think it is. It might not be though. I'm too stupid. You know, maybe I should ask Evan in advance for clarifications on these things before I start recording random videos like these. But here we are now. I'm stalling because I don't really know who to pick. I mean, it's a toughie. It's a roughie, some would say. And you know, not knowing if this is an oval or road course is really biting me in the ass right now. Oh. I mean, you could flip a coin. You could flip a coin. You could flip a coin. You could... You know what? We're going to flip a coin. All right, here's how this is going to work. Heads will be Alex Muriel. Tails will be Paul Donlin. To win the title here in the Midseason Mayhem. That's what we're calling it, right? I forgot the name of it. Yes, okay. Here is the results. Heads! Alex Muriel, oops, that's my recorder. Alex Muriel is going to win the Midseason Mayhem. And I mean, it's, no, there's no fucking way. Paul Donlin, legacy run, bitches. Boom. Champion, winner, Midseason Mayhem, the GOAT. Thank you guys for watching.